Hi, I'm Linda with this week's Savvy Saturday video tutorial. This week at Spellbinders, we're building off the core. We're going from a basic shape and going to more detail. Today for my card I've started by using the Labels 20. I've stamped the image from Penny Black, a flight of thread. The next layer I've used beaded ovals, then floral ovals, and gone to Labels 17. I'm going to cut, emboss, and then we're going to do some stenciling of my images, running them through the green caliber. For the embossing, I've layered the dies onto the base plate, and I'm adding the tan matte and the pink plate, the light pink plate, and popping them through the green caliber again. The Penny Black image is stamped in a vintage sepia, and I'm just going to use the die as a stencil, sponging the image while it's still in the die. This is one of the great features of the Spellbinders dies. Okay, for the sake of time, I've got an image that I've sponged around and I've also coloured. I have cut out a second butterfly. I've coloured it with chalks, added some Wonder Scrap pearls and a little bit of shimmer. We'll add that later. So now we're going to start layering the card. Next I'm going to layer my card. My card measures 15 centimetres by 10 and I've rounded the corners. I'm going to start from the bottom layer using the Labels 17, which I have sponged while it's still in the die, popping it on with some Scorpal 1/2 inch tape. My next layer I'm adding on some scrapbook adhesives foam tape to give it a little bit of dimension. It's very easy to line up the different dies with the patterns, and I'm adding the beaded oval next, centering each one from the pattern on the one before with these circles linking them up, and they're popped up on the foam squares as well. Now I'm adding my image on the Labels 20 using the scrapbook adhesives foam squares. Okay, and this is what we have so far. The different layers just add so much dimension and make a pretty card straight away. Now we're going to add some final touches. I'm going to pop up the butterfly, which I've used the little foam squares. The squares come in two sizes, which makes it really easy. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to pop on some of this Wonder Scrap bling. It's a nestability and it is compatible with the Labels 20 that I'm using. I love this bling. So easy to use and stays on so beautifully. There you go, look at that. Straight on. Beautiful. Adds a whole dimension to your card. And the butterflies layered onto the one underneath. And now I'm just going to add a little bow. I'm going to finish off by adding a seam binding double bow using the zip dry paper glue. Just pop it on, slightly angled, and to that I'm going to add a button from my stash with one of the Wonder Scrap pearls popped on it to tie in the pearl thing. I'll just give it a little bit of a hold for a second, and there we have it. So you can see that lots of layers, that each die adds a whole new look to the card. You can build layer upon layer with the different dies, the different patterns. Elegance, creative. Thank you for visiting today, and I hope you're inspired to dust your dies and get out those different ones and combine them in ways you haven't before. Thank you.